Okay, gang, look, we work way too hard for our money to just give it back to the banks for no reason. But between maintenance fees, ATM charges, and interest, most of us are essentially leaking cash every single month without even realizing it. So today, we're plugging those holes. I'm breaking down the most common fees banks hide in your statements and giving you the exact steps to stop paying them, starting right now. Up first are maintenance fees, fees that banks charge just for having your account exist. Now, as I'm saying that, I know it may sound valid, but it's actually pretty common and easy, at least as of this video, to find banks that don't charge any maintenance fees whatsoever, which makes perfect sense because holding your cash is a privilege to the bank. So that's your first tip. Find and use reputable banking institutions that don't charge you any maintenance fees. And if your bank currently does, call them and see if you can get that ish removed. Up next, we have overdraft fees. This happens when you try to draw more money from your account than what you actually have. In this scenario, the bank may cover you whatever you're short, but there's a cost associated to them doing that, which is this fee. And it could be somewhere around $35 per transaction, regardless of how much you were short. So that ain't nothing. Now with this one, you have a few options, but the simplest one is to turn off this feature. In your bank settings, there's usually a place where you can turn off overdraft coverage so that when you don't have the funds, the transaction simply gets declined and you won't be on the hook for a fee from the bank. But keep in mind, this will prevent your transaction from going through. So if you're paying bills or things that may charge you fees when you don't have enough in the bank, that's just something else to consider. Another option that would give you some wiggle room, but really depends on your financial situation, is setting up overdraft protection, where if you're short in your checking account, let's say, you can have the bank pull the remainder from your savings account to make up the difference. But obviously, the other great way to avoid overdrafts is simply to make sure that your cash balance doesn't dip too low. Balance alerts are great for this. Go to your bank settings and set up a notification anytime your cash balance dips below a certain point so that you know, hey, you're in a red zone and you need to adjust accordingly. Okay, up next are ATM charges, gang. Basically, whenever you need cash and you go to an ATM that's outside of your bank's network, you're typically paying something known as the double dip fee. That's the fee that the actual vendor of the machine charges you to use their device, and then the tax essentially charged by your bank for not using one of their machines. The fees alone for this can be a few dollars, even up to $5, which if you imagine withdrawing $20 and paying $5 to do that, that's a whopping 25% of what you took out. So avoid these whenever you can, either by using ATM machines that are within your bank's network or going into your bank's local branch to get the cash out yourself. This takes some advanced planning, I know, but if you find yourself constantly going to ATMs and paying these fees, I promise you it's worth it to plan ahead because those fees add up. Okay, gang, up next is credit card interest. Now, if you have a credit card, you hopefully know by now that interest is the fee you pay to borrow against that card. So say you spend $100 on something and you don't pay off your credit balance by the time your statement is due. You'll owe $100 or whatever you didn't pay, plus whatever the interest amount is based on the rate that your credit card institution is charging. Which these days, the APR or annual percentage rate for a card can be close to 30%. So that's not cheap. The easiest way to avoid paying credit card interest is to pay off your full balance at the end of each statement period. And yes, gang, the full statement amount, not that cute minimum amount that you see on your statements. Make sure you don't get that confused with making progress on your debts, because the minimum statement amount is what you have to pay in order to avoid a late fee, which we'll talk about next. So to recap, spend what you can pay off each month and you'll avoid having to pay any interest. And on that note, let's get into the final expense to be avoided, late fees, gang. It's all in the name. When you are late on making a payment, you get charged a fee. So the most obvious solution here is to make your payments on time. We already established with credit cards that you want to pay the full balance each month where possible. But at minimum, you absolutely need to make that minimum payment on time to avoid the late fee. So make sure you have the amount you need in cash somewhere to be able to do that each month. Now, credit card balance alerts can help with this. Set an alert when your credit balance becomes too high so that you know it's time to dial back your spending in order to make sure you can make that full proper payment. And that being said, gang, really help yourself out and make sure you don't forget when your payments are due. Use your calendar, set alarms, and set statement reminders for your cards and loans so that your institutions email you days before your payments are even due. If you have it like that financially, you can even automate your credit card payments from your checking account, but only do this if you are truly comfortable with your cash situation. Otherwise, just set alerts and do the manual transfers like I do. But all to say, forgetfulness should be the absolute last reason why you end up paying late fees to anyone. And just a final parting tip, gang. In the event you do accrue these fees, you can always call the bank and ask them to remove the fee. Your girl's not perfect. I've definitely accidentally paid statements late. And the times that I've called the bank to ask them to remove the fees and the interest that automatically got generated, they were happy to do so, in part because of my payment history. So if you have a great payment history, absolutely make sure you do this. But even if you don't, just call your bank and ask. The absolute worst that they can say is no. Gang, I hope this video gave you some helpful tips for how to pay less in fees and put more money back in your own pocket. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Let us know in the comments if you have any experience or advice around fees. And for more tips like this, be sure to subscribe. Thanks.